Good morning, guys. It is day 4 of Spookathon, and guess what? I'm wearing my first sweater of the fall season. It's finally cold enough where I don't look like an idiot wearing a sweater. So today is probably my busiest day. I'm gonna be gone from the house the entire day, which I can finally leave. Amazing. I have to do a lot of stuff like in the city, and I have to take my mom to a doctor's appointment and run a lot of errands. So I don't think I'm going to read any more of The 7.5 Deaths today, just because that's like a book I really want to pay attention to, and I can't really do that while I'm out running errands. But I saw that the audiobook for Sadie is only like 7 hours, so I can definitely listen to that while I'm out and like while I'm driving in the car. So that's what we're gonna do. I got my first hot coffee of the fall. I'm wearing my first sweater of the fall. I'm just living my best life right now. I just got my standard white chocolate mocha. It's what I always get, pretty much. My sweater has a little snag in it. Oh my god, Loki probably did that this morning. I'm like an hour into the audiobook for Sadie. I was listening to it on the drive and I'm really liking it so far. I've only listened to an hour, so I'm still kind of in the beginning of the story, but it's pretty good and I'm really impressed. I'm excited to listen to more of it. I'll be able to listen to a lot in a second because I'm going with my mom to her doctor's appointment and I'm just gonna be like sitting in the waiting room for a couple hours. So I'll be able to get a lot of listening done then. Hey guys, so today is actually now day 5 and I didn't post my day 4 vlog today because like I said, I was out all day yesterday. It was just like super exhausting because we were at the doctor for a really long time. Like as soon as I got home, pretty much I just went to sleep. So did my lights just go off? Oh my god, that's so weird. I think I need to get a new thing of fairy lights because these just keep randomly turning off. I've had them for a long time. I think these were in my freshman dorm room, so they're super old. But anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, as soon as I got home yesterday, I just passed out and went to sleep. So I'm gonna combine yesterday's and today's vlogs into one. To update you guys, I finished Sadie this morning and it was so good. I don't know if I really explained what this was about, but basically it's about a girl named Sadie and she is missing. So there's this guy who runs a podcast and he is tasked with doing this podcast about Sadie trying to find her. So the book is told in chapters from Sadie's point of view, and then you actually get transcripts of the podcast. The podcast is basically like tracking what she's doing in the book, so everyone that she meets is then later interviewed on the podcast about her. So it's really interesting. And basically, before the book happened, Sadie's little sister was murdered, and Sadie knows who did it, so she has left home and is going on this mission to kill the person who murdered her little sister. The audiobook for this was probably one of the best audiobooks I've ever listened to. It is a full cast. There's like the actual podcast in it, so it genuinely felt like I was listening to a podcast, and it just made this whole story feel very real and immersive. Like if you are a fan of true crime podcasts or true crime documentaries, I think you would really like this because it had that same type of feel to it. There's very emotional and triggering topics that this book touches upon: rape, sexual abuse, pedophilia. So it's very heavy. And I cried a lot, especially at the end. It has a really open ending, and I feel like it's gonna be one of those endings that people aren't super happy with, but I personally liked the ending. I didn't see any other way that the book could have ended, and it leaves it off in a type of way where you can decide what you think happened, which I personally like that. So yeah, I gave it 4.5 stars. I really loved it. I don't think I would have loved it as much had I not listened to the audiobook, because the audiobook really just upped the experience and made it a book that I'll probably never forget about, whereas I think if I were physically reading it, I probably would have given it more like 3.5 stars, but still, it was really great. Now, I think I'm going to go back into a little bit of The 7.5 Deaths. I never moved my bookmark. Where am I? I'm like 100 pages into it, so I want to read a little bit more of this right now, and then I also want to start Toil and Trouble and read the first story in here. I have read the first story before, like a while ago, but I kind of forget what it was, so I need to reread that, and then maybe I'll read the first couple stories in here. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. read like 50 pages in the 7.5 Deaths, and things are getting really interesting. I don't want to say too much because it's really good going into this not really knowing that much and just kind of letting it happen, but things are getting super complicated in a good way. Like the way that this works is really complicated and there's a lot of moving parts and a lot of rules, but it's super fascinating. It kind of feels like a murder mystery mixed with an escape room and then with some sort of sci-fi element. I'm not sure what it is yet, if it's even sci-fi or if it's magic or what, but there's something, I don't know. It's really cool. It's such a cool concept. Now I'm gonna read a couple stories in here. Okay, so I just finished the first two stories in here. The first one was called Star Song by Taylor K. Mejia, and this was about a Latinx bruja who is like really famous on Instagram. She starts up a debate with another Instagrammer who is really into NASA and science, and they kind of debate astrology versus science, and they have a cute little flirtation. It was really cute. I liked it. And then the second one is called Afterbirth by Andrea Kramer. I've never heard of either of these authors, by the way, but I'm definitely interested in looking up their stuff now. This one took place in New England in 1650. It is about a woman is giving birth and it's very complicated and she ends up dying during labor. A couple of the other people who were present at the birth think that the pregnant woman gave birth to the devil, so there's a trial to find out if the midwife was in consult with the devil, and then her assistant finds a spell book in her possession. It was good. I liked it. Both of the stories so far have been vastly different from each other, which I enjoy. I'm excited to read more of these. You might have seen I was filling out my bullet journal. I have like 25 pages left to read to be able to fill the entire bar. So I think I'm going to read a little bit more of the 7.5 Deaths and then we're going to fill this whole thing out and it's going to be exciting. Okay, I did it. Are y'all ready for the excitement? I don't know if y'all can see. Okay. So nice. Actually, I think I'm done reading for the day, but what I'm gonna do now is at the beginning of October, I actually filmed a plan with me for my bullet journal setup, and I didn't exactly love how the video turned out, but a lot of people in my last vlog asked if I could do a video where I show you guys how I set up my bullet journal, and I figured since I just already have that footage lying around, I might as well share it with you guys. So we're gonna transition on into that. Okay, hey guys, so I'm going to show you guys kind of how I will set up my bullet journal every month. I already did the drawings off camera because I suck at drawing, and just these tiny doodles took me like an hour to do, and I even copied them from Amanda Rach Lee, I think is her channel name, which I'll link it down below. She's awesome if you like bullet journals. She's just my favorite. I love watching her videos, but I totally stole this design from her. The pens that I use are from Fablecaster. I'll leave them down below. I can't remember exactly what the tip sizes were. And then I also use these felt tip pens from Recollections. You can get them at Michael's, and they're amazing because they don't bleed through the pages. And then I also picked up these awesome Halloween themed stickers so I could kind of jazz up this month's pages with some stickers. I don't normally use stickers, but I thought it would be fun. On this page, I'm just doing a basic calendar spread. I don't normally do a calendar, but I had a lot of events and stuff going on in October, and I kind of wanted to test out if I like the calendar to plan my videos, which so far I've really been liking. It's been helping me a lot to keep on track with when I want to post videos. Also, as you can see, I suck at lettering. Lettering is honestly my least favorite part of bullet journaling, so I just kind of go with it, you know? It doesn't have to be perfect, whatever. As you can see from my bullet journaling skills, I very much don't try hard to make things perfect. Lines aren't super straight, things are kind of off-centered and wonky, but like, it's fine, it's fun. So yeah, then I threw threw in some of these stickers, which I actually like how the stickers turned out. I might end up buying some more stickers and incorporating them into future months because I think they're really cute. Okay, so now to the pages that everyone is interested in. This is where I track the pages that I read in books, and then I also track the books that I do read, my TBRs and whatnot. These are like the golden pages. So on the right side, I just do the same 4 boxes every month, and I usually categorize them from my TBR, my videos that I want to film that month, the books that I read, and then the 4th box is usually just like an extra one for if I have any readathons going on, or a lot of times the books that I read will spill over into the 4th box because there's not enough room. And then on the left side, I do the pages read, and I count the pages by 50, and it goes from 50 to 300. A lot of times I'll actually end up reading more than 300 pages in a day, but that's just kind of how I typically will number it. I used to draw lines for every single day. I used to draw the lines all the way across, but that takes way too much effort, so I don't do that anymore. And I kind of like how it ends up looking at the end of the month when I don't have all the lines, because it kind of looks more like a bar graph that way, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty easy and self-explanatory. There's not much detail I can tell you because it's just like pretty basic, but I love tracking my reading in my bullet journal. It's honestly like the best tool I have discovered for reading books. It helps me read so much more. Like I said in my last vlog, I used to read like 5 to 7 books a month, and since I started tracking things in my bullet journal, I read like 20 books a month. It just really helps, and I'm such a nerd that I just love filling it out, and I get so much pleasure from it. So yeah, that is the end of my bullet journal plan with me walkthrough, whatever this was. I hope you guys liked it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in tomorrow's video.